With Resident Evil 4 remake coming on the PSVR2, I actually got a question on my TikTok because my TikTok predominantly previously was all virtual reality before I became more of a variety creator. But I got asked, is PSVR2 the best VR headset? Now, this is a way subjective answer just due to the fact that everybody has what is best in their mind. For some people, it could be the best optimal situation, best performance situation, and best just overall in terms of delivery. So to break this down, in my opinion, I think PSVR 2, one, obviously, I don't think is the best VR headset to get because you still have to get a PS5 and all that. But Quest cost is almost there. The best idea or the best people that can really capitalize is PSVR 2. Now, the reason being because I think they have the best idea aside from Apple, because these are the juggernauts of tech. It's Sony and Apple right now. I literally operate on a lot of Sony tech, and I literally love Apple tech. These two are the juggernauts for mainstream commercialization tech. And so Sony, being PlayStation, with the VR2, is a dominating factor in their own right. Right now, VR is in a weird middle ground state that's like, it kind of gets like out there, but then it kind of stays too niche. And it's a lot of the times of what we're putting out into the commercialization aspect. I am involved in this because I'm a VR creator too. A lot of the names and titles and things, there's not really like really titles of VR that look intriguing enough for a general population to want to come and just help out this industry really evolve to its maximized state, at least for now. VR is on a slow, patient process filled with optimists in the field, which is great because we're all like, we're excited for future tech, future gaming, what's going to happen, what's that next leap for us, which everybody tried pushing mixed reality. That hype has died down a little bit now, which is good because it is a feature, but it's not some game-changing thing that happens overnight. And so PSVR 2, what they do is a huge extension of AAA games. At least they can do it the fastest without it being a quote-unquote mod. I mean, an actual licensed extension of a game. Resident Evil 4 and the other, what was it? Biohazard, right? Oh no, 8 Village, my bad. And doing this allows for a faster transfer process of that extension. And so the only people that are actually going to get AAA games at the fastest rate that are actual AAA games are probably PSVR 2 first. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be exclusive on there, but standalone is still at a state where it's like it can't handle these types of things, at least to that extent. Because, I mean, obviously, it's connected to a PlayStation. So, in my opinion, if PSVR 2 is the best virtual reality headset, no. But it is the best at commercializing right now, in my opinion. Apple Vision Pro is going to be the fastest. I'm not talking about just immediacy and being able to put things on the map fast. This Resident Evil 4 remake being on PSVR 2 is going to be insane. Hands down, it's just going to be insane. I know Game of the Year was Ghost of War. I know all this stuff had happened. This has to be like a Game of the Year. It has to get like a major award. Something has to be going down with Resident Evil 4 PSVR 2. Just regardless, it looks insane. Like fucking insane. And I was like, man, this is the only thing that ever made me want to play VR in current times. What Quest is doing is cool as a standalone, but again, it just hasn't given us a lot of capitalization in things. So it kind of just keeps me there. You know, I'm still waiting on, I'm on standby. But most of the things that do get really popularized in VR are PC VR mods. And it gets annoying, in my opinion, that we always had to push, like, we had to use it as a crutch to keep trying to push VR out there. Oh, I wish Fortnite VR would come through, like, as a mod. Or I wish, like, I don't know, like Fallout and Left 4 Dead, all the mods, which are dope. But a lot of the times people are more likely to get into a PSVR 2 faster than they would be able to utilize these mods. Like, these mods take heavy curriculum of PCs in terms of, and depending on what they want to do after that too. Like, it's a very small percentage of people that actually get into these. Now, it's great as a viewership depending if you understand VR. But if you don't understand VR, viewers are still not going to recognize how small of a percentage it is to have all these like haptics and PCVR and mods going down and being able to like actually correlate these mods. And I'm trust me, I'm both. I use PCVR. I use every VR. So in my opinion, I think PSVR2 will be the first to actually get real commercialized licensed games without modding, without any bullshit, without any extracurricular, just straight up plug in the PSVR2 and be able to play a badass game. Because the reason I feel that at least it's the best option for now, if you actually want to try next level VR, is PSVR2 now. It's not the best in performance and all that at times, and sometimes comfort, and that's every VR headset. Everybody's still figuring this out as we're going, so relax. And so doing this helps out with the vision for Sony, gives us an extension of a game. Right now, in my opinion, VR performs most as an extension, right? PC VR is so successful because it's more of the extension process of being PC VR, PSVR. It's treated as an extension, and that's the only way it's succeeding currently. Standalone is getting your foot in the door, but it doesn't keep people there, right? It's kind of like microwavable food. We're there for a little while, then we're just like, all right. Especially with the battery life of a Quest 3, forget it. Well, as the performances like upgrade, you have to buy additional battery packs. You have to do all this stuff, which is even more money, which is $700 plus. You're already around that corner to buying a PSVR 2 already. PSVR 2 is like $1,000 to $1,100, and the Quest you're looking at about $800 with accessories, maybe a little bit more, including taxes and warranty wherever you're at. You're right around the corner. Like maybe save up and wait until like a gift card for the holidays, and whoa, boom, you're on a PSVR 2. Now they're all different exclusivities between these, but I still feel, in my opinion, that I used to love pushing all the time for Quest. I still do, because it is a cool way to just really get into it. But once you want to graduate from VR, at least a middle ground would be PSVR 2. Now, you can't do everything you do on a PC or even on Quest at times, but it's still cool to just have a pure gaming extension of the high quality VR of what PC VR would give you without having to do all these other additional stuff. PSVR 2 does that right. And I think PSVR 2 has the idea of, we're an extension of AAA gaming, but we're not necessarily the main attraction yet. We're the opening show. And I really like that thought process of what Sony is treating VR right now. They're not really putting it at the forefront, because even Xbox is like, yeah, nah, we're not messing with VR right now. And PSVR is like, yeah, we'll do an extension for you all, but we're not really going to make it the main show. Quest being the main show is the only one that's really the main show. And the main show is not really giving us these types of stuff. Obviously, it's a standalone versus everything else that's being connected and tethered and wirelessly connected and all these things happening. So in my opinion, I actually really pushed for a PSVR 2. At first, I was always skeptical. Yeah, you have to have like a wire in, like quote unquote tethered. But I actually like what PSVR 2 is doing. And if Resident Evil 4 Remake is really successful, I think it's going to give a lot of devs these ideas to be like, all right, cool. Maybe we, and especially if the Resident Evil 4 Remake has these scenes that are actual VR scenes and not just flat screen scenes like what Quest gave us on the exclusive version. That lost a lot of immersion with me when it went into like a flat screen scenario and then it went back to VR. And I know it's because it's a Quest. I'm not even downplaying Quest for what they're giving us right now. But PSVR 2 is like, if they give it full scenes in VR, full everything, full interactions, everything happening down in VR, I think that that's the way VR should be, at least correlated in today's age. I think because VR still has a long way to go to keep grinding and to keep building that audience. Now, it has come a long way, but it needs an even longer way. And I feel that this can be the option for that. So is it the best VR headset? No, but I think it's the best for immediacy to understand what VR can be, maybe as a standalone without PC VR at some point, and how it could actually treat AAA games. And therefore, the Resident Evil 4 remake will kind of make or break, like, probably if PSVR 2 is worth getting, just to give the idea, and depending on how long they release these types of AAA games, right? Like, how many AAA games a year is PSVR2 going to get? Because they're going to be the fastest ones to get it legitimately. And so I'm excited for it. All in all, I think it will. We would have to really judge it right after, but I think that it's the best option for immediate future gaming style of tech that we're looking for in like a Quest, or that we're looking for in PCVR modding or PCVR in totality at times. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Let's just see how Resident Evil 4 looks though, man. Y'all gotta let me know what's up. What do y'all think? What's the best headset? And when people say that, what literally comes to your mind? Are you thinking like Valve Index? You're going like OG style, PCVR, Quest as far as best scenario for no extra stuff needed? Probably a battery pack now due to all the games, or PSVR 2 based in all totality, commercialism, name. I think they win that objection, like in terms of being able to commercialize popularity, name, all this stuff. But again, it's hard to tell. But I'm excited, man. I really want to try out this Resident Evil 4 remake, man. I'm down for y'all. Gotta let me know. I appreciate y'all. Peace.